Throw the whole season away, y'all. Throw the whole goddamn season away. What's up, Roxstars? How y'all doing on today? Listen, before I get to the meat of this video, let me just explain the reason why you guys do not have your regular installments of Top of the Blogs this morning is because yesterday got away from me. Work was busy. I had a dentist appointment. I had to get some new retainers, which was why I might sound a little strange today. Work was busy, and then after work, Mr. and I had to go to a party, and so I didn't have a chance to edit that. So that will be a first thing tomorrow morning, Saturday. You guys get your coffee, sit down, watch the video, okay? Today, I decided we're going to do a little Top of the Blogs extra, and I know you guys know why I'm here. Damn it, what the fuck happened to our Sweet 16 season of Real Housewives of Atlanta? It held so much promise, you guys. It held so much promise, and the shit fell apart. We ain't even got to the end of this season already, and it's already blown up, and that is because Brit single-handedly fucked up the damn season. Maybe it's not single-handedly. We still gonna hold Kenya responsible for some things. But, you guys, the biggest part of this thing is, who exactly do we need to hold accountable to the bullshit that surrounds this that happened yesterday? And what happened yesterday, you might ask? Well, the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16, the Sweet 16 season, filmed their reunion, okay? I had no idea that this reunion was even happening yesterday, okay? But it was happening. And as these reunions go, you guys know everybody gets there. So they film it all day long, and every now and then, you know, usually we'll see some pictures of maybe some of their outfits start to show up on social media, or we'll see like they'll start having these little random comments that, you know, the celebrities, I mean, the personalities from the show will start posting, saying things might have happened at the reunion and all of this, right? And we kind of get a little peek in before we actually see the show. Well, this time was no different, you guys. But it happened a little differently for me anyway. I don't know how this might have went down, but for me, I happened to see that Kenya Moore had posted that she had an apology. And I was like, this is really random. I think when I saw the apology that Kenya posted, I didn't realize that the reunion was even going on. Oh, no, I did. I didn't realize it until I read Kenya's post, because Kenya actually mentions it. Actually, I'm going to read the post to you. So that's the reason why I got these readers on again today, y'all. But Kenya went on to her Instagram and went full apologetic, taking responsibility, accountability. Kenya said, damn it, I got a damn job to get back. Okay, so Kenya, this is what she posted. She said, I'm disappointed to not be a part of the RHOA 16 reunion taping today. Please know I take full accountability for my actions and deeply apologize to all those affected, including Brittany, the cast, crew, guests, and viewers. I look forward to seeing you all back on Bravo soon. Okay? Now, when I read that, I was like, okay, girl, you know you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes we got to grovel. All right? Go on and apologize to that girl, okay, and get your damn job back. So I wasn't really mad at that, right? But I thought it was interesting that she would post that yesterday, and I was just like, even with the reunion, she posting this, I was like, what made her just decide to post that? Then I was like, oh, when Brit finally put out her statement, which I don't know which one came first, if it was Brit's or Kenya's, but when I finally saw what Brit had to say, I was like, okay, somebody must have, from that reunion, must have got on that phone with Kenya and was like, girl, Brit didn't show up to the reunion. Okay, now you can play this the right way. This is how you play on the sympathies on people. You go and kowtow, eat crow. You apologize, even though you might not even necessarily mean it. Okay, but you apologize. You make everybody say, okay, Kenya knew she was tripping, and all of that. And then when Brit puts out this statement, of course, it makes Kenya look even better. Okay, I'm gonna read Brit's statement to you, and then I'm gonna tell you guys what some of the, I've seen some people having comments and what people are kind of making of it. Okay, so let me read to you guys what Brit said. She said, "As everyone is now aware, I'm not attending the reunion. This was my decision. The events of this season have devastated me. And while I cannot say much right now, I do want to set the record straight about one thing. The graphic sexual photo surrounding the events in episode 5. That photo was not me. As the episode makes clear, I did not see the photo at the time. Rather, I was made aware of the photo being presented at the event, and based on what I was told, assumed that it was somehow a photo of me, which is why I reacted in the way that I did. I do not know who was in that photo, but upon seeing it for the first time recently, I now know it was not me. I look forward to seeking accountability and moving past this dark part of my life. Brit," with a heart emoji. Okay? So yes, Brit has decided that, I mean, the fact that Brit did not show up to the reunion yesterday is a no-brainer. That means that Brit has decided that reality show is just not for her. At least not this reality show is not for her, and that she is quietly stepping aside, okay? She's pulling herself out of the rat race. She's pulling herself out of this whole, she's pulling herself out of this whole fiasco. And to me, it seems like she just realized that, okay, just the events of this whole season did not go the way that she wanted it or expected it to go. Okay. Maybe she realized that she was doing a little too much, putting 20 on 10 and doing all that, coming for, feeling like Kenya was coming for her from the beginning. Maybe she regrets this whole entire season. That's kind of the feeling that I was getting from reading this. I actually was getting the feeling that maybe she did this trying to help Kenya out by stepping aside, putting this out there, making it known that that was not her, and making it, you know, giving the space for Kenya to come back out and say, okay, I'm sorry I did this and all. You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this could have been something that they planned from the very beginning. You know, how is it that we can get Kenya back to the show? You know, maybe Brit realized that she was tripping. Okay, maybe Brit can just say that she didn't. I don't know, you guys. The problem that I have with this is we be so mad at the damn talent on these shows. Okay, we be mad at these girls, you know, from them hiding things from their lives or not wanting to explain what they did in the past and all that. But really what we need to start wondering is what's wrong with the damn producers, because why is it that they say that there was an investigation done on Brit being this person in these pictures, you know, that Kenya supposedly had blown up and shown to everybody. If there was an investigation done, nobody thought to show these pictures to Brit? See, that is the question that everybody has today, is why is it that Brit was able to go this whole damn season without realizing that she was not the person in those pictures? That makes no sense. That means that there really wasn't an investigation done. Okay? Because the investigation would have been like, first things first, is this you in this picture? Okay? How do you not confirm that? So if it wasn't done when they said that the investigation was done, or if they did some kind of shoddy, thrown together investigation, then you know what? Throw the whole season away. Bring Kenya back. Okay? Let Kenya have her job back. She got fired, even though Kenya still did what she did. The intent of Kenya is still there. So that is still there on Kenya. But this whole thing is a mess. Okay? I know Phaedra got her lucky stars to thank. All right? The fact that all this happened, all this shit happened, and Phaedra was able to just slide on in home base. Just slid on in. Okay? And Kenya lost her gig for the whole season or half of the season. And, you know, Brit just really now she is the blame for, like I said, just a stupid ass season. Just dumb. Okay? And then while we talking about this reunion, you guys, please tell me the reunion cast, the seating. Let me just explain to you guys how the seating happened. So they also posted the seating chart. You know, they always post the order that they, seek the wives in. And usually Andy is in the middle, and then, the wives branch off from there. And usually the person that's sitting the closest to Andy is the person that is most likely guaranteed to be back next season. Most likely the ones that had the most storyline in the season, the most important to the season, okay? That's how it's been historically, all right? So, I'm going to start at the beginning of the U, okay? And this is how it went. So we had Cynthia, who actually had a seat, I guess, on the seat. Even though she wasn't a housewife, Cynthia had a seat there. We had Phaedra, we had Portia, and we had Andy, okay? Portia sitting right next to Andy. What do you guys think about that, all right? Sitting on the other side of Andy, we have Shamia. Then we have, child, who is that? Kelly? No. Angela. I got my glasses on. You got Angela, Kelly, and then Drew. Okay, so Drew is the tip of one part of the U, and Cynthia, who's not a housewife, so that's okay, is the other tip of the other part of the U, right? But why is it that we have Drew on the very end? I think Drew should be able to see the writing on the wall, that if she is at the very end, that means that Drew will not be back next season. We already knew that Drew was not probably going to come back this season, but when Candy left, and then, then when Kenya was, wasn't going to be there, and it was just like, we cannot have a whole show of all new housewives. We need to have somebody else on there that we are familiar with, and so they brought Drew back. I really think that's the only reason why Drew is still there. Really, Drew, to me, Sonia would have been a better choice to me, but I think that Drew with Ralph and all that, maybe they were a bit more vested in Drew's storyline, right? But I'm confused why Drew is at the end of the thing. Really, even if Drew doesn't come back, even if Drew don't come back next season, Drew should not be at the end of the thing. She carried the season. She carried this season. As far as Portia's storyline was concerned, Portia was the one who now how is it that Portia gets to sit right next to Andy and Drew is over here, but Portia rode Drew's storyline the whole season? How is that? Okay? It's not fair. It lets you know that Drew really is not even liked most likely even by production that much. Okay, and that they used her this season to make sure that Portia still has some sort of storyline, and Portia gets to get the glowing seat right next to Andy, you guys. It is really political that happens. I mean, we know that show is already political, and they have their faves and everything. But I think that they really wanted to make sure that they got their money's worth out of Portia. So, they are trying to make it seem like, yeah, Portia is still still their star. It's still their, their person. But I don't know. I think that even Shamia being right next to Portia and Andy, the way that I would have put this seating chart, let me tell you. Let's start at the tip of the U again. Okay, we can keep Cynthia where she is. We can even keep Phaedra where she is. But where Portia is, you know what? I think I would have put Angela. Okay, then we would have put Andy. All right. Then next to the other side of Andy, I would have put Drew. Then I would have put Portia. Then I would have put Shamia. And then I would have put Kelly. Okay? And Brit, if Brit would have been there, she would have been on the other side of Cynthia on the tip of the U. Because Brit can go too. But the fact that Brit wasn't even there, the way that this is set up and everything, that they were going to put Brit. Brit was going to be at the end of this. She was going to be at the end. She was going to be at the end. Okay. I really think that they decided that they was not going to bring Brit back. But yeah, you guys, Real Housewives of Atlanta, there is so much that needs to happen over there because they dropped the ball so much this season. And everybody just keeps on shaking their head like, what is going on with the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Now I done came back and started doing these reviews, and I actually have been enjoying the season. Nothing has made me be really mad or irritated with the girls or anything. But it's just sort of like, why is it that you guys claim that you had a damn investigation and there was no investigation done? If we could have skipped all of this, okay? Kenya could have Brit would have known, she would have been like, I don't give a fuck, because them pictures ain't me anyway. Okay? And Kenya would have had to eat crow and all that, but y'all, it did not happen that way. But Kenya played it perfectly, because Kenya was like, I'm going to apologize, and I'm going to be making it seem like I ain't even know nothing about Brit not being there. I'm just going to say I'm sorry, and then everybody going to be like, look, she even said she was sorry, and she ain't even did nothing. Okay? That shit is, who is her PR person? Okay? Who is the person that told Kenya to hurry up and apologize and take full accountability and then leave that very cute little ending? I look forward to being on Bravo soon. Yeah. Baby, that shit couldn't have worked out better for Kenya. All right. Brit, not so much. I know she is stressed out over there and probably feeling like, why did I even do this? Okay. I feel kind of bad for her a little bit, because she's going to be blamed for all of the ills of this season, and it really shouldn't be like that on her, because, Kenya did play her part. But I'm more concerned about what the investigation is going on. What is the Bravo producers, what are they doing down there? Are they professionals? Do they know what they're doing? How do you conduct who's the HR people? Who conducted this damn investigation? Craziness. Anyway, I'm gonna let it go, y'all. Like I said, that top of the blogs is gonna be up for you guys tomorrow. Actually, I have a full day today, or else I would have tried to get it done today, but I have to actually go. We having a State of the Union, for the county that I work for. That's today, and I got a hair appointment, and I have a TMI OBGYN appointment, and so I'm gonna get to y'all. Rocky still love you. She ain't forgot about you. Okay, but we had to do this today. So y'all let me know what you think about that. How you feeling about old Brit? Do you think that this is a shoe-in for Kenya to come back to the show? Do you think that Kenya even planned this whole thing out? I know you guys are gonna be like, oh, Roxanne, she didn't plan that out like that. She just, and I'll be like, y'all just be giving these people so much credit, honey. These people is working the background, honey. They is working these backgrounds. It'd be a whole bunch of shit going on behind the scenes, y'all. So I wouldn't put it past. Kenya knew. Anyway, y'all let me know what you think about all that, and I'm gonna get on off of here. We do this, well, we don't do this every single week, but whenever it's some bullshit to talk about, I'm here with it, you guys. So y'all make sure y'all come back, okay? And make sure that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.